All right, guys, so I know it's only mid-February, but believe it or not, March and April are going to be right around the corner and the spring market is going to be right upon us. If you're thinking about selling your home, what are some things that you can do and have in mind as you're getting your house ready to list to make sure that your house stands out among the rest? Stick around, we're going to get into that today. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is your realtor Nick Isgro with eXp Realty here in Central Maine. Now, as I said at the beginning of this video, today we're going to go over my top 5 tips that you can take into mind as you're going through your home and trying to get it ready to list this spring to make sure that your home stands out and has a little bit more pop than a lot of the other homes that are going to be listed in the market at that time. Now, before I do that, I do want to remind you that on this channel we cover all things real estate here in the state of Maine, particularly in the Central Maine market, trying to add value to your process to make you a better buyer, a better seller, or just a more informed person if that is of interest to you. If it is of interest to you and adds value, please do me a favor. Go ahead and like this video, hit the subscribe button, knock that little alarm bell, and you'll be notified every time I put out new content. Now, you'll want to stick around to tip number 5 because it is actually probably one of the easiest things on the list that I'm going to give you, but actually one of the most overlooked things that is on this list, and it's going to be something you're definitely going to want to do if you are listing your home in the spring market. All right, guys, so we're going to jump right in here with number 1, and that is declutter your home. As we know, wintertime is a time where we spend a lot more time indoors, a lot more people inside. There's a lot more things that we need. Think about when you walk into the mudroom, all of the boots, all of the winter coats, the snow pants. If you have kids, you know how crazy it can get. But you want this area to be a clean that is nice, clean, open, allow that light to come in so people can see that. And just think about generally the rest of your house. If it's been a while since you've really picked up, you haven't got around to that spring cleaning, think about the kids' rooms, even your kitchen counter. Think about the garage where you might have a lot of scattered snow shovels and the snow blower, even if you still need some of those things, because I know here in Maine, we do get snow in the month of March and sometimes in the month of April, but get those things organized, get them out of the way so that the house looks nice and neat and minimalist. So if there's things you can get rid of them. You know, if you have pill bottles and magazines and things that just tend to be thrown on the counter or strewn about, especially as everybody's inside and they're trying to think about their indoor activities, this is the time to start cleaning it up. Make sure before the photographer comes to your home to even take the photos that decluttering has already been accomplished, and you will be so happy that you did. All right, guys, the number 2 tip is going to actually have to do with cleaning the exterior of your home. When we think about getting our homes ready, oftentimes we think about things like the interior photos, decluttering, light, paint colors, things like that. A lot of times we don't think about the necessity of having curb appeal. And having that curb appeal, making your home pop when they see it from the outside, making it pop when they drive up with the realtor and they look and say, wow, this place looks really nice, we definitely want to go inside and take a look around, is incredibly important. If somebody pulls up to your house and just from the outside they're starting to think, well, maybe we don't like it, very little that you're going to do on the inside is going to change that initial impression. First impressions are everything, so let's make sure we get the outside right. So what do I mean? Well, generally I mean things like flaked paint. Make sure that it's all scraped off and touched up. Trim your shrubs. Make sure the shrubs aren't covering the windows, everything looks nice and trim. Weed the flower beds. Rake up any leaves that might have been left from the late fall that you didn't get a chance to get before the snow cover came. If you have a porch, people love sitting outside. Make sure the porch is ready to go. You might even put some potted plants out there just to give that early feel of what it's going to be like for them, a little preview of the summer. Of course, it goes without saying, if your lawn is already growing and it's at that point in the spring, make sure it's mowed and trimmed just like everything else. So when they pull up to your home, it's really gonna pop, it's really gonna shine, and they're gonna be really excited to get inside. Moving on to tip number 3 to get your home ready to sell this spring, brighten it up. If you're sitting around your house now and you're in some of the bigger rooms and you notice that it's feeling really dark in there and you're looking at the paint colors that are really dark, add some whites. Even if it's just an accent wall, white colored or light colored paints are gonna really open the rooms in your home up so that when that spring sunlight comes in, it's gonna feel much much bigger and cleaner. There's a lot of other things you can do to brighten up the home as well. Bring in flowers if you can. Get flower arrangements on the tables if you're getting close to showtime, you're getting to your photos. If you're thinking about decorating, perhaps you get some throw pillows or blankets that have floral prints that can be put about. Anything that goes with that theme, that when people walk in, they're gonna get that nice, bright, cheery spring feel when they come into the home. All right, if tip number 3 was to brighten up the home, number 4 might be even more important. Open it up. Take advantage of that fresh spring weather while you can. When it's warm enough, open the windows, get that fresh air through. That's gonna not only brighten up the home and make you feel good, it's going to clear out a lot of the odors and stale air that's just left over from people being inside with the windows shut for months and months and months during the winter and the fall. Air and sunlight are always going to make your house both feel and smell vibrant. Now I would add here that you could also use some subtle air fresheners or spring scented candles. You just want to be a little bit careful because when people walk in, you don't want anything that's going to be offensive or over the top. Neutral is always best, and the best way to get neutral is always fresh air from the outdoors. All right, here we go guys. This is probably going to be the easiest tip of the day to get your home ready to sell this spring, and it is often the most overlooked. Don't overlook it. Wash your windows.
Wash your windows.
All right, I don't know about you guys. I have 5 kids. My windows need constant cleaning on the inside between finger smears and just weird things that are on the window, plus just the general dust. If you have a wood stove, which is very common in the state of Maine, that's gonna produce a lot of dust. And even though you might not see stuff to the naked eye, there's going to be oftentimes some kind of grimy film that's on all of your windows if they haven't been cleaned on the inside in months. Now here's the important part. Clean the outside of your windows too. Now, fortunately today, most people have the windows that you can just pop in and clean them from the inside, but if not, go outside, use a ladder, use a hose if you need to, whatever it takes. But oftentimes people don't think about cleaning the exterior of your windows, but at the end of the winter, that can actually be where a lot more of the dirt and grime are, especially on the front of your house, depending on how close you are to a roadside. You think about plow trucks, sand trucks, and then all of the traffic that goes after and before that, kicking up all of that dust in the spring and in the winter on the sunny days when the roads are dry. That's all coming to your house, and it's all going to your windows. So when people come in the house, yeah, you've opened up the windows, you've opened the shades, you've opened the curtains, we've talked about brightening up and freshening up the home. Well, that's great, but it's not gonna be great if they're looking out and they're just seeing a big film. When you wash the inside and the outside of your windows, you're gonna be surprised at how much more light comes into your home and how much brighter and fresher and cleaner it feels. All right guys, so that's really just 5 quick tips in order to make sure that your home is gonna pop a little bit more than most other people's homes when it comes to selling your home this spring. If you are in the market to sell your home this spring, or you're thinking about selling your home this spring, go ahead and drop a comment down below and tell me what you thought of this video. Also, if you just have any questions about listing your home, you guys know I am always available to answer those as you wish. As always guys, thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this video, and until next week, see you next time.